Check 1, 2. Got good there. Copy. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is 12:31 here in Calgary, and I'm just going to go in and check my stream here. Give me a second. Dun, dun, dun. I am live today. Just want to take a minute and share this out. Okay. So, all right, so I have the comments up. There we go. Turn that down. Okay, so I've got the comments up. I can see your comments on Facebook today. We actually are streaming directly to Facebook using all the cameras today, so we can switch over to that camera. And we can switch back to that camera. So who am I? Well, my name is Richard Cleveland. And for those of you who don't know me, I run a company called Cleveland Media Group, formerly known as Naked Ape Productions. And under Naked Ape Productions, I've produced such shows as Between the Pages, Amazing Plastic to Scale Model Show, Popcorn Lobby, among a host of others. My business now, as opposed to making or doing podcasts or live stream videos, is all about making corporate videos, helping people in the corporate world to either live stream or set up a small studio in their office, troubleshooting the equipment that they might have. I specialize in audio, video, and lighting. I know it doesn't look very good with the lighting that I've got today. Well, it's typical. I got a little shine on my forehead today. I did not put on any makeup, and we're going to talk about that on another episode. But what my company primarily does is if you came to me and said, okay, I want to produce something in my home or for my business, and I want to either live stream it or record it and put it up later, well, I can help them walk you through the steps in which you need to achieve that. Not only can I help you with that, but I can also help you set it up, get you the best for the budget that you have. And my good friends, Luria Petrucci and David Foster over at Live Streaming Pros, they do very much the same thing, only they kind of take it one step further. They do online coaching, they have several classes, and I really encourage you to go and check out Live Streaming Pros because that's what they do. Now, to give you a bit of a background on me and how I have come to be where I am today, is I started out in the entertainment business when I was 17 years old. So I've been doing it for roughly around 35 years, off and on. And I started in a bar as a DJ, and then I moved to radio. I did radio for a number of years. I got out of radio. I started working with bands more closely. I toured with bands and other entertainers, from magicians to you name it, I did it. I got a little tired of working in that industry because I wasn't home a lot. So, of course, relationships can suffer when you're not at home doing that kind of stuff. So, at the end of the day, what I decided to do was get away from doing entertainment altogether and found myself taking up what I had as a hobby at the time and turning that into a business. I opened up Cleveland Photographic in Winnipeg and ran very successfully for a number of years. And I just took all of my experience as an amateur photographer, did a little bit of study, and made it into a full-time business as a professional photographer. And I was photographing everything from families, portraiture, to magazine spreads and things like that. Done a little bit of fashion, done a little bit of product, done, you know, all the things that go along with doing photography. When I came out here to Calgary almost 12 years ago now, I brought my photography business with me, and I got into doing photography for bike rallies. And these are people that come together that show off their bikes, and they raise money for different charitable organizations or members within their community that might be struggling. And they're called poker runs. Jason Bishop's here. Jason Bishop, I'm going to talk about him in a little bit when we get on to doing some of the shows that I did under the Naked Ape banner. So I did photography out here for a couple of years, and really it was very seasonal. So being seasonal, it's really tough to make a living for an entire year when you're following around these different bike rallies. I mean, I had a wonderful time doing it. So I went to work in the public sector and drove a forklift for a while, and just did things that you know, paid the bills. And that's what you got to do. If you're in this business as an entertainer, that's what you do. You find things to supplement your income when you're not performing, you're not on the road, when you're at home with your family, and you've got to make ends meet. So about 7 years ago now, give or take, I started a company with a couple of friends of mine called Naked Ape Productions. And it was designed primarily to do podcasting with video. We weren't live streaming at first, but we were recording the video and making them into a video podcast as opposed to just an audio podcast. Don't you just hate it when your phone rings? We're just gonna... You have to turn off your phone when you're on camera. That's a lesson to learn. Turn off your phone when you're on camera. So that being said, we started with a show called The PC Basement. My two friends eventually went their own separate ways. And in all honesty, the business really wasn't for them. I'm still very good friends with my two ex-partners. I don't think they quite understood what the entertainment side of the business was. They understood the computer side of the business very, very well because they're both IT guys. But they didn't understand the entertainment aspect of the business. So eventually we parted ways, and I took on Naked Ape Productions as myself. And in order to keep the ball rolling, I started a show called Between the Pages, which was a comic book and geek culture program. And that particular program was a hit. It was a hit right out of the box. We started with little bit of viewers, and we expanded every week. We expanded because we were recording the show that we did, but we were also live streaming our talk about it. So in the live stream, you got to see everything. In the post restream, you didn't get to see all the kind of mistakes that we made and some of the language that we might have used accidentally. But we had a great chemistry, and I did that with Jason Bishop. Jason Bishop now has his own podcast. It's an audio podcast It's Attack of the Remake. It's a show all about movies and movies that have been remade or movies that maybe should be remade. If you're looking for it, you can find it through my stream every once in a while, or you can find it through iTunes. Go to iTunes and have a look for Revenge of the Remake, and check it out. It's a great podcast. Those guys have a lot of fun. They talk about movies all the time. So then I decided we would do we'd add a couple more shows to the roster. And we added our own movie show called Popcorn Lobby, which the show itself was a good show. The problem was getting everybody to watch the movies in which we were talking about. And that was a show that just ran on. We couldn't really cut it off in the middle of stuff. And we did, I think we did about a dozen episodes of that. So I did decide that I wanted to get back into building model kits as a hobby. And that hobby quickly turned into a video show called Amazing Plastic to Scale Model Show. There was 13 or 14 episodes of that show done and in the can. That show was a tough show to do. The tough part of it is you're building all week long, and you're taking all of that footage from the week and you're trying to cut it together along with footage that people from the community were sending in about what they were building. And we'd have guests from time to time and do some interviews and that kind of stuff. But I got burned out. I literally got burned out, and I walked away from it. I had all this wonderful equipment. I walked away after I did the last Volcon was 2 years ago, helping a couple of good friends of mine put on a Star Trek theme convention in Vulcan, Alberta. They have it every year. But again, I was just burned out, and I was disliking what I was doing for the longest time. So I found I needed to take a break, and it just so happened that my in-laws were going through some issues as well, and my wife and I were going through some discussion as to whether we were going to take care of them and move them into our home. And last August, a year ago, we moved them into our home. And now they live with us, and we take care of them, and you know, somebody's there when they need a doctor, and somebody's there when they need to take their medicines and that kind of stuff. So it's been interesting. It's been a real adjustment. So I think that now is a great time for me to get back on the air or back on the internet as a live streamer and do a pre-recorded show. A new show I've got coming up, it's called The First Layer. It's a show all about 3D printing. You can see a lot of 3D printed pieces in the background, 3D printer going over here. So it's a passion of mine. I really like 3D printing. I have 4 3D printers now. 2 of them are here at the studio. I have a sponsor for the show. The show is Spool 3D. And if you're interested and you're a 3D printing enthusiast, go to spool3d.ca. Check out some of the great deals that they have there, not only on printers, but parts and filament. Partnering up with Spool 3D to do the new show was great because they gave me this wonderful space to make a studio in. And now I can bring a show to you. So my question to you is, do you want to see The First Layer as a live stream show or a pre-recorded show? If you're interested in seeing it as a live stream show, let me know in the comments below. I come back and check the comments all the time on my videos. This video is streaming today on Twitch, on YouTube, and also on Facebook. So in Facebook, I can see the comments, and I can always see how many people have joined. So with that being said, now we're in a new phase. I am going back to doing video. I've taken up a challenge called LIDA, which is live every day in August. And that is a challenge put out by Live Streaming Pros. So if you are interested in live streaming and you want to be a part of that community, let me know and I can certainly put you in touch with the right people. If you're in business and you're interested in doing a live video like this or doing a pre-recorded video for your business to help market and motivate your customers, let me know. I can always be reached at Cleveland Media Group, cleveland-mediagroup.com. You can just go into info. Our website is still under construction, so it is coming very, very soon. The Naked Ape website will be going away. The Naked Ape Facebook page will be going away. Naked Ape Productions will slowly be phased out to make way for Cleveland Media. And with that being said, friends, that is the end of my time for now. I've got a lot of things to tackle today, so I am going to say see you later, and I will talk to you again tomorrow or the next day. Just keep it locked here to the Cleveland Media Group Facebook page. If you're not a member, I encourage you to become a member. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see, and we'll go from there. Until then, you guys have a great day.